really see some sweat, I think, on Donald Trump's brow when he comes out. He is significantly worried. And I don't know whether he's worried because he's afraid of what might be used against him in the files. That I think is increasingly my view of what's put him in Netanyahu's camp so vigorously, or just the consequences of this conflict, which I'm not sure he has the brain power to assess. So who's doing that for him, other than perhaps Kane? Certainly not Hegseth, who is, as Larry said, too busy stealing from Tarantino's movie words to pray. Worse than Ted Cruz. You know, I go to Genesis for my national security decision-making advice. Well, where do you go in Genesis? Well, I don't know exactly, but I go there.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I'm a big fan of Tarantino, and particularly Pulp Fiction. And it's like, if I was Princeton, I would immediately withdraw Hegseth's degree because he's an embarrassment. To claim his as a Princeton grad, just said, man, we produce morons.
I think Tarantino, this may be a rumor, but I think Tarantino came out and said he would draw something like that exists in the human race.
Yeah. Yeah. No, look, the reaction to what Donald Trump is truth, so-called truth, but what Roger, or minister said as far as opening the Strait of Hormuz. Now, again, this is a playback against the United States, who's now imposed this blockade. Colonel Wilkerson remembers from his younger days in Vietnam, we had to destroy the village in order to save it. So now we've got a corollary. We've got to blockade the strait in order to open it. What? No, what is the theory behind this? Because the whole weight of the consequences of the cutoff of supply chain coming out of the Strait of Hormuz. We're now at day, 48, 49. We are now full. It's been a full 7 weeks. Getting ready to start the 8th week. And what most people don't understand is those oil tankers that were full that left the Strait of Hormuz up the Persian Gulf are on or around February 27, 28, before the IRGC shut it down. Those tankers still took a while to get to the various ports. And my understanding is yesterday marked finally like the last day that one of those tankers finally reached its destination. So we've been talking all along as if 20% of the world oil was cut off on February 28th. Well, that really wasn't true. The oil was still, it was out there on the ocean on these tankers. Now, today it is cut off. The world is now, as of today, dealing with a definite 20% shortage of oil. And the disconnect between the futures market and what people are actually paying in Singapore, 2 days ago, when the tanker showed up, the price per barrel of oil was not the $95 that they're showing for Brent on the futures market. No, $210 a barrel. Okay? So you've got an incredible gap. This economic punch that you've got is, let's say that the United States and Iran, that peace in our time, never mind, it's all over, everything's open. It's going to be at least 3 months before the shortage out there is going to be corrected, at least 3 months, if not longer. So the world has not yet fully grasped the depth of the economic decline that we're in. And then you add on top of that this decision by Bessent, it's mindless to double down on sanctions on Iran, to threaten the banks, and to threaten China, and think that the Chinese are just going to sit back and go, oh, those crazy Americans, there they go again. No. This is accelerated China's basically said, fuck it, man. We're going to set up our own system. Screw those Americans. I mean, I think they're that
And Besson is an idiot. I mean, there's no question about it. I don't know if he made this decision on his own or he got direction from Trump. I'm told when he meets with Besson, it's one-on-one. He doesn't have any kind of security council meeting. He just meets on him one-on-one. Either he comes to the White House or Trump gets him somewhere else. But it's an idiotic decision. And to Larry's point, we haven't seen anything yet, really, in terms of what the global crisis might be before this is over. We haven't seen anything yet, really, in terms of what the global crisis might be before this is over. We haven't seen anything yet, really, in terms of what that crisis might be before this is over. We haven't seen anything yet, really, in terms of what that crisis might be before this is over. We haven't seen anything yet, really. Russia's nuclear facilities, their nuclear response capability. Remember that? We now have China giving Iran pretty much carte blanche on the satellite time in years. So that means that second tier is going to be even more devastating than the first tier, if that wasn't an operation. But it is an incredible move by China with respect to its actors, and I suspect it is. Because China is saying now, so much you know, and we're doing it in your face. Keep coming, we'll do more. My God, we got a pack up ready.
Larry, we had a report on this account related to Mossad on X, reported in the last 48 hours, 4 cargo planes, Chinese cargo planes, landed in Iran. To the point that Colonel was making just moments ago about Iran is just receiving tolls from, they're charging tolls for because it was confirmed by the member of the parliament in Iran. He tweeted just moments ago that Iran is charging tolls for those tankers that are passing through the Strait of Hormuz. And the other point is, just moments ago came out again, the Strait of Hormuz is under the full sovereignty of Iran, and ships are only allowed to pass through the corridor designed by the IRGC Navy and with prior Iranian permission. Here is the latest, Larry. You're to the point that Colonel was making about China and the level of cooperation between Iran and China, which was asked by the media. It was one of the main topics in the mainstream media. They were asking